So as I mentioned earlier, I'm here with the Farmers Market Coalition. We are, just for those of you that might not know about us, we are a national nonprofit that represents farmers market operators. So we are the only national organization that is really focused on the folks that make farmers markets happen. And so as you probably have already seen across South Dakota, that can be a wide variety of things. It could be a volunteer or a paid market manager or an organization that runs a few farmers markets. But our focus is really supporting the people that make farmers markets happen across the country. And so we have a variety of programs, a variety of resources. I highly recommend just poking around our website. There's resources about insurance and taking SNAP and really just a lot of things. What is really exciting for us is that South Dakota is a state membership. So anybody that is in this group is also a national member of FMC. And if you haven't activated your FMC membership, reach out to Laura and we can get a code going, and then you can get your free membership. So I just want to preface that. So these Pop Club resources are only for our members. So if you don't have an active FMC membership, we can get that going, and then you can access all these resources really easily. So with that introduction, I'm just going to jump right in. So if you're on our website here, you can head on, and sorry if the text is small, sometimes screen sharing, it's hard to read, but I'll try to just talk through everything. So you can head on up to our membership tab, and once you're here, you can go to membership benefits, and then down here there's a link under number 10, Pop Guide, Toolkit and Templates. And so this is how you can just read a little bit about what the Pop Club is and what it does. So the Power of Produce Pop Club is a way for farmers markets to offer $2 vouchers for kids to go and explore the market. And so it's a whole program. So we offer guidebooks, activity guides, a template for the bucks. We offer templates for posters and advertising. And so we don't at this time offer the grant to fund those vouchers. That's kind of up to the market to fundraise. We've found that for markets to fundraise for kids and nutrition, it's one of the easier things to fundraise, other than like sometimes operating costs can be kind of boring to fundraise for, but people love to support kids and nutrition and exploring the market. But with that caveat, otherwise, everything that you need to run this kind of a program is here on our website. And so there's even a Facebook group to connect with other people that run Pop Club programs. And so basically what happens is there will be a table sometimes at the market manager's booth, or every market, like I said, every market's a little different. So sometimes they'll have it at the manager's booth, or there'll be a designated pop area with a volunteer that's engaging with the kids. But basically parents come up, bring their kids, get a voucher, and then the kiddos can explore the market and use that $2 voucher to try something. It doesn't have to be something new, but there's been some really awesome numbers, and you can see the history of, under this history of Pop Club, there is some great data about how, after some tests of the club, 70% of kids had tried something new at the farmers market during the season. So there's a lot of really cool results that come out of it usually, and also just some fun kid action at the market. I think while farmers markets are an economic driver and they have all this value in a lot of other ways, also just getting folks to connect with food is really one of the main reasons why a lot of families go to the market, is to kind of get their kids to understand where their food comes from. And so the Pop Club can be a great way to get that going. And so that is just a little bit of history. It was actually founded at the Oregon City Farmers Market here in my home state. And it's just a way to empower kids to make their own food choices and really get going. So it's not a very complicated program. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but there's some great reporting and case studies from a few years ago now, but all over the country in different markets that have implemented pop clubs, and now we have a lot of them doing that. So this is on our website, where you can just kind of explore the history, but to download the pop club resources, like I said, you'll need to be a member. So I'm just gonna show you all how to do that. So there's this link right here, but also just anytime you're on our website, you can head back over to that membership tab, and then current member login. If you're not a member yet, like I said, we can work on getting you that coupon code. I'm going to log into our little test account so I can show you what it looks like on the back end. So once you're logged in, you can head on down. Don't save that password. All right, head on down to Pop Club Resources, and that's right here. And then you have this whole page to explore, so you can download the guidebook and the passport that looks like this, a budget template, which a lot of markets find really helpful. They're like, how is this going to even roll at this market, and how could this go? Many markets will do a pop club throughout the year, whereas other markets might just do a pop club event for National Farmers Market Week, or for the first market of the season, or the last market of the season, or the Halloween, fall festival. So really you can adapt it for whatever budget you have and whatever you're looking for. And then here are all these, this is a link to the Facebook group, as you can tell from the Facebook logo. And then what a lot of our members find really helpful is all of these graphics that are already ready to go. So if you want to promote the program on your social media page, many markets have a Facebook page or an Instagram these days, flyer templates, logos, kind of all ready to go in this cute kid-friendly graphic branding. So really, these resources are here. They were developed a few years ago and they're just ready to be used. So we're here to try to get folks to use more of them. We've had some really great outcomes, like I mentioned earlier, with kids being engaged at the market. And then if you have any questions at any time, our staff is here to support anybody who's using these resources. So my email, I can drop that in the chat, and you can also just find it on our website or our contact us page. We're really here to support anybody who's using these resources. So with that real quick overview, or I guess to talk really fast, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and just see if anybody has any questions about what I was just talking about.
Has anybody who's on the Zoom used this in your city's market?
We did the $2. We had Kids Month in July, and we did the $2 produce tokens. This was our second year doing that, and it was wildly popular and brought a lot of families to our market for the first time. A lot of kids really excited to go get a tomato or a cucumber or something like that. So it was very fun. We haven't done the activities just as far as tackling the logistics of volunteers and coordinating all of that, but the produce tokens were great.
So Barb, from your experience, is there anything that went really well or something you wish that you would have thought of ahead of time or learned from the 2 years?
One thing that was really helpful the first year was sending flyers home with Youth and Family Services, which has connections to a lot of kids in our community. So yeah, that kind of joint sharing of information and events, I think was really helpful to expand beyond the people that we're usually getting the word out to. And the other thing, this year we are piloting a produce prescription program, And I've noticed that the people redeeming that don't have any experience with a farmer's market. It's a big barrier. You know, we have low redemption rates, and I feel like that's a big piece of it. And so in my mind, drawing lots of kids into our market makes farmers markets more accessible to them the rest of their lives. You know, I don't know, maybe you all have numbers on that, but that's my hypothesis anyway.
Thanks, Barb.
I'm not sure we have numbers on it, but I think that your inclination, I think, is ours too. Like, you're creating lifetime farmers market shoppers, and whether they stay in your town or go on to other towns, or how it all goes, you're still creating folks that are comfortable and excited about farmers markets. And I think families maybe because they're drawn in by your kids month, then the parents are purchasing other things at the market, and suddenly you have a family that's it's not just the kid who's shopping then. So yeah, that's so exciting to hear. I'm glad that went well.
The other thing that you brought to mind, you know, we have a double up program at our market, and there's half of double up or SNAP recipients are kids, you know, and it helps the stigma of, it's not only SNAP people that are shopping with tokens at our market, and you know, the whole family has tokens to shop with, and a diverse, you know, number of people at our market have tokens to shop with. So I feel like it's been really positive in that way also.
The double up program also made the farmers market more affordable. As a producer, we can't sell at Walmart prices, but with the double up bucks, we can suddenly compete. It's suddenly the freshest stuff around is available for people that couldn't afford it otherwise. The $2 thing would help with that too.
And I bet, like you were saying, the grants would be a lot easier to come by for something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody can argue with kids and fresh veggies. It's kind of, you know, we always say farmers markets are a very bipartisan, very, like, everybody loves a farmers market kind of thing. So yeah, it's definitely, I wish that we could just offer markets a grant ourselves, but we try to provide everything else to make it as easy as possible.
Are there any other questions for Hannah? Or any overall advice that comes to mind of things that have worked? Most of our markets are a little bit smaller, but so with that, any advice for, I mean, it looks like there's a ton of resources there to get everyone started, so.
Yeah, and I think what Barb was saying, like, really, if you don't have the volunteer capacity this year to do activities or COVID, you know, whatever is going on, really kind of making it what works for you, just doing the $2 voucher is great. That's a great place to start. I think, yeah, there's so many things that you might see, like the New York City market's doing, and that's super cool for them, but you got to do what works best for your market. And so I think that and I hope the resources aren't overwhelming. The hope is that you use whatever of them you want, not that you have to use all of them. So just want to reiterate that point. So yeah, really appreciate Barb sharing this perspective. That's way better than me talking about the resources. It's best to hear from a manager directly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think I will pop out and let you guys enjoy the rest of your meeting and talk about what you need to